everybody, the Chattering Magpie is here. We're so ready to talk about some anime for this week in our weekly anime roundup. As you guys can see from the description, we are going to be talking about shoujo and other select anime that I've been following this season. Now, we're not talking about all of them because I'm watching a lot. So we're just going to cover 6. So we'll be talking about Who Made Me a Princess, Spy Fam Season 3, May I Have One Final Thing, Yano-Kun's Ordinary Life, Plus Size Misadventures, and This Monster Wants to Eat Me. With me, of course, are a few members of my Discord server, some of people that are supporters, and hello, we have Ed and Butterfly. How are you guys?
Oh,
Doing pretty good.
I am that tired.
Oh, it's been a week, huh?
Yeah.
Hang in there. Friday's around the corner, and then you can have the weekend. Unless you work in places where you don't have weekends.
My week finishes on Saturday, so I still have 2 more days to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of feel that way too, because Friday is kind of prep day and Saturday is like the day that I'm like the most busy. So when people say TGIF, I'm like, no! For me, it's Mondays are kind of like my low days. They're kind of like my weekends. So, yeah, I love Mondays. Anyway, how are you doing, Butterfly?
I'm doing pretty well. I had a pretty good day, but yeah, it's been a busy week, so yeah.
I can imagine. So hopefully everybody is keeping warm. I know there's some places that it's getting really cold, and on my end it's going to be a lot of rain. So autumn weather, love it. But yeah, keep warm. Also, want to say hello to... Oh, look! Butterfly, you were the very first one on YouTube, the chat. So here, have a whole bunch of hearts from me. And also, Akihana is tuning in, saying hello. Hi, Akihana. Happy to see you. Hop aboard if you're able to at any moment. All right, you guys. So, last week we covered basically a bunch of the animes that I'm going to talk about, with the exception of no. I think last week we talked about solo camping for 2. But there's just so much to talk about that I figure we can just skip it. So I'm just gonna mention it, what happened. Basically, this strange would have been love triangle definitely is not gonna go that route, which is, we're thankful for that because we don't want that kind of drama. But other than that, not too much happened. Maybe they made a new friend to go camping with, but other than that, Jen and Shizuku really their ship doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but at least it hasn't been sunk by another person, so good for that. Oh, Akihana is saying she's having breakfast first. Okay, all right. As we say in Spanish, buen provecho. All right, so Who Made Me a Princess? I know, Ed, how have you been enjoying so far from what you've watched? Because I know you didn't watch this episode, correct? But how have you been enjoying this one?
I've been enjoying it quite a lot, honestly. It's like this week's just been busy, and I've not kept up with it. And there's a few that slipped this week because I couldn't be bothered to read the translation, so instead I grabbed another anime that had English dubs, and I just played that in the background because I couldn't focus on the reading.
Oh yeah. You know, a lot of people they really dump on English dubs. I am not an English dub hater. I really appreciate English dubs.
I like them.
Yeah, me too. So we're the English dub appreciators, because everybody else on the Discord server, when you have a watch party, they're like, no, we're gonna play the original Japanese. We're all like, okay, fine, I guess. So I mean, I appreciate both. Not dunking on one or the other. What's up, Ed?
I truly enjoyed the Japanese better because honestly, in general, the voice acting is more on par.
Mm-hmm.
quite often when you have an English dub, it's like the voice actor is just there for a paycheck and giving a paycheck. There's
Aw.
not much passion in the project, but sometimes you get some decent ones. But so I prefer the Japanese version with subs, but sometimes my mind is just like, I can't do subs right now. I can't read and follow. I'm
Same.
just too tired, too exhausted, and then I just slap the dub button for easy mode.
Same.
But
My appreciation comes from being dyslexic. Sometimes I prefer to watch it in the English dub first and then go back over and see the differences between the Japanese and then but just to get a sense of the picture, because sometimes I mix things just trying to read it, or I don't understand a cultural concept with it, but going with the English and then going back over with the Japanese kind of helps with that.
Yes, those are good tips. And actually, it's interesting because this one originally was in Chinese. So Who Made Me a Princess was in Chinese, and then so the actual, let's say, the original Chinese had to be adapted for a Japanese audience. So what we're listening to is not the original voice actors, it's the dubs. But we're so used to the way that Japanese people do dubs that to me it's like the original, I would say. By the way, let me just say hello to Patrick, who is in the chat. Unfortunately, he can't join us since yesterday we had a read along and he couldn't join us because of internet. Patrick, you are missed. I hope that your little vacation or whatever trip you're on, you have safe travels. And thank you so much for supporting. I see that you gifted 5 memberships to the Chattering Magpie channel. Wow, that's so great. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, Patrick. And hope that you can get back to us and you can join us for tomorrow's read along. I don't know when you're coming back, but yeah, please be safe. Let's see. Akihana says VIP goes to Lucas for this episode. He did good pushing Ati to open up her feelings to her dad. Yeah. So let's talk about this episode. So Ed, basically there was a time skip. So like it's been 6 years since the last episode. And so at age 14, kids have like their debut dance. It's when they appear in society. And so she has to figure out who's going to be her partner. And in her heart of hearts, she wants to have her dad be like the one to like dance with her. But here's the thing. He's never once celebrated her birthday because he just spends his like that day remembering his dead wife and just, like kind of like
he's moping about yes, moping about. What do you think about this, Butterfly? Do you agree with this moping or what? Yeah, I think that I think her first dance should be with her dad.
I think so too. Yeah. So Ati I feel really sorry for her because like part of me is like, okay girl, they gave you a library. Do you have any idea how like Rosamund would kill for the library your father gave you? But okay, fine. You have the jewels, the key to the treasury. What else do you want? Oh, spending time with your dad. Oh, come on, leave him alone. Let him mope all he wants. He's gonna give you jewels and carriages and palaces and stuff. But again, this is a child who wants and needs the love of her parents. So while we think like, ooh, libraries are amazing, like there really is no replacing a parent's love, especially on that day, especially if you know that you're kind of like the reason why your mother died. That's gotta be devastating, you guys. So yeah, it really was sad to see this episode. It really had some moments where I was like a little tearing up in the corner of my eye. I was like, Claude, get your act together. The poor child's suffering. Was there any particular part in this episode that you liked that you want to talk about, Butterfly?
Well, She actually gave her dad a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she had been working on a painting. It's a family portrait of her dad,
Mm-hmm.
herself, and her mom. And he seemed to have really appreciated that, even though he didn't show it to her. But all by himself, he's admiring the picture with a small smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope that can go, help towards him moving on. It really sucks. Like, I can't even imagine. I've never had a significant other like die on me. Like, I'm joking, you guys. I can't even begin to imagine how it must feel like to go through what he went through. So yeah, and part of I'm joking. It's part. I have to like think like it must have been devastating, and so I hope that image, like that picture that she gives him, helps him like go through that final part of grieving, acceptance. That's so important.
Welcome, Hannah.
Oh, by the way, welcome. Yeah, happy to see you, Hannah. So we'll see. There was.
I'm just gonna meet Lisa for now.
What's up?
I'm gonna meet Lisa for now because I'm still gonna eat breakfast.
Okay. So, do you want to say anything about this
Happy
one?
and taste. Pretty much mentioned it in the already about how Lucas eat EIP, and then but also Loki wanted
Yeah.
the first dad, but didn't want to act. Her is having a hard time acting because of pride or something.
Yeah. Hey, Akihana, you're cutting up pretty bad. So, I don't know. Could you check your connection or something? Because I couldn't really hear much of what you said. But I think you said something about Lucas.
Sir?
Mm-hmm.
Is this better?
Yeah, I think so. We'll know if you keep talking.
Okay, I was saying that I mentioned in the chat because it's VIP episode, and then the fact that Loki wanted to first dance, but
Yeah.
was either too shy. I don't think too shy, but rather maybe too prideful or some denial.
Yeah. So I kind of got what you said because you're still cutting off. Sorry, Kihana, but yeah, there's definitely she has to kind of like be courageous about asking what she wants. And the good thing though is that she does have like a pretty good like people around her that are supporting her and telling her like, yeah, your dad cares for you. So her Felix is like supporting her, and her maid is also supporting her, and that's really good to see. I hope that she is able to, we all kind of know that he's going to like 99% he's going to like dance with her, because it would suck story-wise. It would suck, but it's still the tension of whether he's going to dance with his daughter or not is there. Anything else about this episode?
Well, this was actually the first episode that Lucas has not acted like a jerk around her, and they actually had a really touching moment during the episode, but then the maid came in and took the snacks away. So it's like, leave the snacks here!
Yeah, so the maid immediately assumed that, she's gonna be dancing with Lucas. That was a huge misunderstanding, because he was actually just cheering her up. Also, did you guys notice Lucas cut his hair? He cut his hair.
Not long.
Yes, he did. That he did.
Okay, so I liked his long hair, but I also don't mind the short one. I just wonder though, did he cut his hair because he was kind of like jealous of of Ezekiel, who has short hair? I don't know. Who knows?
I doubt it. It's either he was kind of finding his long hair trouble,
Mm.
or it's just a show of the usual times
Mhm.
hair change and whatnot.
Yeah. All right. So, that is Who Made Me a Princess. There's so much about this one that we could talk about, but we're mostly excited to see the outcome. So far, I think the visuals have been, oh my gosh, the visuals are amazing. There's not one episode where I'm like, oh, this was kind of wonky. No, consistent quality all the way through. There's some differences from from the webcomic, but other than that, like, I have no complaints about this one. It's just consistently fun. So I'm excited to see now where the story leads now that Ati is no longer, a little kid. Now growing up, she's now considered like, old enough for her debut. So that's going to be fun.
Yep. I'll just say this. I hope that the visuals of the new Bookworm series that's coming out is going to be equivalent to this, because this is looking gorgeous.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. I feel like the Chinese are like, you know what? We are going to raise the bar so high. Yeah, so I wonder if that's it, because I've never seen a Chinese anime that has like such spectacular visuals, you guys. Like I've seen a few, but they've never gone as hard as this. So I also hope that, we have Wit Studio, right? Wit Studio, I think they're gonna do a good job. We don't know like how hard they're gonna go with the animation, but I have hope. I think they're definitely taking their job seriously. So, speaking of Wit Studio is also behind the next one, Spy Fam. So, oh, Anya, you precious bean, or shall we say peanut. So, basically this had like two halves. The first half is just Lloyd and spying issues, which they're funny. They're light-hearted amusements, but nothing really worth like talking about other than Lloyd, Lloyd and Fiona being like on top of their work. And the second part, though, is the start of a very long-awaited arc of Spy Fam. So the first arc that we wanted to see in this season was Lloyd's past. The second is the bus hijacking incident. And so we get only the first part. And so basically there's this like kind of radical group called the Red Circus that wants to make trouble. So they have hijacked this bus. We don't know exactly what their plan is. Like, okay, is that what you're gonna do? Your big bad, act of terror is going to be hijacking the bus. I hope they don't mean to, murder the children, but I don't know. We've yet to see that. But meanwhile, Anya has her own mission. What is her mission? Anybody remember?
Get invited to Damien's house.
Yes. So she's trying to push forward the friendship plan, because now that Yor has met and befriended Damien's mom, she's like, oh no, like what if her plan gets further ahead than mine? So she's like, no, I must further my friendship with Damien. And so she goes about it the wrong way, of course. I think she antagonized him more than pushed forward the friendship. And then what happened? Or anything about this part that you thought was interesting or funny, or you want to remark upon?
Well, everyone's sharing snacks, and Anya's pulling out her bags of peanuts, and then she says, "Hey, Damien, want a doggy kibble?" At the bottom of her bag.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I kind of feel sorry for Damien. He's just like trying to live his life, and he just gets antagonized by the girl that he likes. And yeah, So we don't know. Like something's gonna happen in this arc. It's funny though that they're nemesi, they're enemies, in a way, but they always somehow the show finds ways to put them, side by side. So unfortunately, he didn't get to share the snacks that he had brought to give her. His buddies ate them all. Oh
Yeah,
well,
the
give her luck.
chocolate.
Next time.
You brought chocolate for her.
Yeah. Nice. Turashmak, hey, how are you? Happy to see you, says. Greetings all. Sorry I'm late. No problem. We're happy that you're here. Says, guys, you're slacking. I'm in 15 minutes late and still the first like. Oh, is that how it is, you guys? Everybody, hit that like button for me. Won't you, darlings? Please do that. So that's basically kind of catching us up with Spy Fam. Anything else about this?
Well, other than the first part of the episode, it was funny when Frankie and Fiona went to because the other doctor at the hospital was jealous of Lloyd, tried to have him arrested, and those two come in disguise and see that it's Frankie just enjoying putting Lloyd in handcuffs for the gag.
Yeah, Lloyd is like, hey, aren't you going too far? Like he whispers to him. Yeah,
but everything works out. Everything works out in the end.
I have to say, I enjoy every time Fiona is around. I don't know, she's just like deranged in a fun way, because she's also like, she wants to replace Yor at any cost, and she's like, I can still be your wife. And he's like, nope, I just want you to continue to support me the way you've been supporting me. So I'm like, yes, you tell her, Lloyd. Though I still find her character hilarious. And it's nice to see that she and Frankie and Lloyd they work together very well. I like that. It's a good team. Hello, Crusher. Crusher's in the house. Hey, hop on in if you're able to. All right, so let's go on to the next one, which is, may I have one final thing? Ooh, developments. Okay. So, just to catch us up to speed, in the last episode, they are kind of escorting, the saint through this like pilgrimage, right? And we got to meet the saint, and she's a unique little individual who lost her powers, by the way, but that's a secret. Now, when they were doing the parade, the people from the church, the opposite church, the Palmian church, started making disruptions, and everybody was freaking out. So then she goes to investigate, and of course to kick some butt. Loving that. We got that out of our chests immediately, right off the bat. The baddies were beaten up. And then, interesting part, the pilgrimage takes them through an area or a country or a town called Memphis, which is basically Japan. And so they have a few adventures. All right. So, anything about this episode that you would like to remark upon?
Well, during the parade, the saint, it seems like her float had been sabotaged, and she nearly fell to her death, but someone saved her.
Oh, yes. And this someone happens to look a lot like Scarlet. Which is one of the reasons why her heart went kind of like skipped a beat, because Leo, Scarlett's brother, he's the one that rescued her. He just happened to be in his white horse, so literally he was like princely form in every respect. I didn't hate it though. I was confused because at first I thought that she was crushing on Scarlet, but again, typical Yuri baiting. We don't get that. She really does fall hard for Leo, and so as Turashmek says in the chat, thanks for that comment. Says the punchy princess is the best wingman indeed. So that was lovely to see because she was like, I am going to get you ready so that my brother and you can have a good old time. So they are going to go on a festival, a summer-like festival. And so they wear their kimonos and definitely they're not in Japan, you guys. They're not, but we have to have either, if not a beach episode, then a festival episode, you guys. That's the rule of anime. So we got festivals here. Yes, the traditional kimono episode, Akihana. Also, Akihana says Scarlet unwillingly ends up in an impromptu date with the prince. Oh, yes. All right. What happened?
It seems...
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it seems like that prince is always somewhere in the shadow, lurking, just waiting to happen and insert himself in there. You know, it's like he's stalking her like crazy. I mean, even if I know it's a shoujo, he's supposed to show up all the time. The fact that he shows up exactly with impeccable timing like that all the time is like he's just like stalking her left and right. He's got no life except following that woman around and waiting for the opportune moment to just pop in. You know?
Yeah, some people might call that romantic. Some people might call that borderline psychotic. You guys can decide for yourselves what it is. But yeah, you got a point. So he always, whatever the case, he's always there to make sure that he is able to be in on the action. She needs somebody to hold her beer. In this case, though, it's her plushy toys and all the other stuff from her festival and her purse. And he was, conveniently nearby, so he holds her things while she goes and punches the light out of some guys who were, just being rowdy. It's interesting though, because like I get it. You can, like, they were being annoying, but at some point I'm like, you're gonna resolve everything with violence, aren't you? Like, they could have just called for the militia or, whatever security patrol they have, or she could have at least, held them down while they were hauled off to jail. No, she immediately resorts to violence. So be careful, everybody. She's not messing around.
I'm starting to understand her brother now.
Yeah. Feel sorry for Leo, but you know what? He'll survive. He'll be fine. Speaking of Leo, what do you guys think of him and Diane? I forget her name. Oh, gee. Well, the saint, Sanya.
Age gap.
Age gap.
Well, his sister did say, be nice to her while you guys are out. So he starts thinking of her as a little sister. So yeah. That's why the girl's crushing on him. He's like, okay, I'm going to help her as if she were my little sister.
Oh, no. Yeah. I felt sorry for her. A little bad. But yeah, she's still a kiddo, so he's definitely not going to look at her that way, especially if she reminds him of Scarlet when she was little. So Sonia, you got a long way to go. But we'll see. Let's see. Patrick says in the chat, I've said it many times, this prince is a much more useful Jinshi. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, Akihana says he purchases the ceramics for her to go wild with the thugs. That is very thoughtful of him. That is very thoughtful of him. He knows his girl is going to go crazy, so he's like, you know what? To ease your mind, to give you peace of mind as you punch people left and right. Don't worry about it. Here, I have paid the man owning the stall, so you can break everything you want. So yeah, get yourself a man that will pay for everything that you'll break or something. I don't know. Or something. Or maybe not, because he'll also stalk you. Maybe not. Yes, Patrick. Sanya is in love and Leo was a perfect gentleman. A perfect gentleman who is kind of looking at Sanya as a sister. But also Sanya has to hold back on, getting too excited because she's actually really sad about the fact that she's lost her powers as a saint. So that's like a heavy secret that's weighing on her heart. So he's like, you don't have to worry, like you're a valuable, irreplaceable asset to like the country, like you're the saint, like you can do things that nobody else can. And yet those words really do stab her in the heart because she's no longer has those powers. So I really am curious to know how did she lose her powers, if there was maybe some way that those powers were stolen. I
think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Something has come to my mind, you guys. You know the people of the Palmian Church? They're always wearing like these kind of like magic things that are protecting them from all harm. And I wonder if maybe, I don't know, maybe in some crazy way. I don't know. I've been reading too many webcomics, I guess, but they stole her power somehow, and that power they put it on those things so that they would protect the people wearing them. I don't know.
Like that.
That's just my conjecture. I think there was foul play involved.
I believe so.
So, other than that, first of all, I do have to say that in spite of it being kind of weird that suddenly we found ourselves in the middle of Japan, though this is a totally different world. And I know there were people when we were watching this yesterday, they were like, what is this? Like, it's just Memphis, and it looks like Japan. Yes, I know. So the author definitely needs to work on finding different words for different countries, but okay. I really like the vibe. Like, Japanese traditional festival is, I really like it. Yeah, what was that?
Well, isekai situation has been confirmed in this series, so who's to say that hasn't happened in the past before?
Well, that is true.
So there's that.
It could be that. It could be that. I've seen several other shows this season that have like, and a long time ago, a person from Japan or whatever was, here or whatever, and so you can see that reflected in the story. You get some random Japanese stuff, and I don't hate it. At first, it caught me by surprise. I was like, wait, am I watching like the same show? It's the same show. Also, back to my statement about those items, the magic items. Truish Max says, I think Terraneza is the source of those items. Yeah, and I think that's why I'm like, my foul play radar, antennae, whatever, my sense is like screaming, because if Terraneza is the one that came up with those items, and she knows more than anybody about this world because of the story or whatever she knows about it, then they couldn't have just come up out of nowhere. Those are new items to like, it was the first time that they were seen was all of her allies, so it has to be more than just something from the religion. It's definitely Terraneza. So we'll see.
Hello, welcome.
Who just hopped aboard?
I wonder who.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry. For some reason, the view for Discord is not refreshing, but Happy to see you. How are you, Patrick?
Well, I noticed that the internet was running smoothly today, so I figured I'd give this a shot.
Nice. All right. So, you caught up with? May I ask for one? Or may I have one final thing?
Absolutely.
All
and
right. Tell us what you
I
thought.
said something in the chat that you seem to have ignored so far.
Okay. So, did you just hop aboard to cause trouble?
Would I do such a thing?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I purposely ignored it. To answer your question.
I know you did.
So aside from that, anything else that you want to, if you guys want to know, just read his comment. Anything else about this one that you want to point out?
I mean, our friendly half elf may not be so friendly as we saw when he accepted the gift that he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, there's some message there that kinda we don't know what's going on. And also there was I think Julius sent one of his men to be a spy. So there's behind all of this like lighthearted fun times, there's sleuthing going on. And so we were just given a little reprieve, and we were given some fun times, but definitely something's going on. The episode also ended with a Palmian kind of like a I don't know, a bishop or whatever. He goes to the kingdom where all the dragons are at, and so we're guessing that he's going to hire assassins or mercenaries or dragons to fight off his enemies. Good luck.
Which will be fun because our favorite Scarlet Princess is training her own dragon.
Not only that, but he went and asked the guy that's super like hung up on her. Like he is so in love with her.
Oh yes, this is very much a reverse harem because you got the Dragon Prince, you got Prince Jinshi, you got the half elf. They're all madly in love with this woman. Like she's got the reverse harem going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we need a reverse harem of dragon murder assassins? Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, who knows? We're only halfway through the series. This is episode 7, so maybe something's gonna. Maybe we'll get our wishes. We'll see that. Yeah, Julius shouldn't take it for granted that she's going to stick around for him. I want a worthy rival in love for her.
I keep forgetting that his name is Julius, so I just keep calling him Prince Jinshi.
We understand where that's coming from, though. We really do. But somehow I don't hate him quite as much. So we'll see.
Oh, he's very much enjoyable, just like I enjoy Jinshi. But
All right. So anything else about this episode? Let's see. Let me check my notes. No, I think we got most of the stuff. But I always rely on you guys to help me, fill in the gaps because I don't remember everything.
That's about it.
Cool. Yeah. Fun episode, and hoping for more butt whippings soon. I'm sure there's going to be another one right around the corner.
I think this is my favorite murder princess.
Punchy princess, yes. All right. So with that, we're gonna head into something drastically different, because whereas this girl is causing damage left and right, the next one, Yano-Kun's Ordinary Life, he is taking all of the damage in the universe to his face, you guys. Like, like, oh my goodness, this guy can never get a break. I think Crusher was watching with us last night, and he was like, what is going on? I know, it's ridiculous how often this guy gets hurt. I don't know. All right, so just to catch us up to speed, last episode, he and Hiyoko finally confessed their feelings for each other, but in this time, dating is takes them an episode of being awkward turtles to finally go out on a proper date and say yes, we're dating, because people were asking and they were like, so glad that they're finally on board. And so the first date was to the movies in this episode. And while at first Kyoko was overanalyzing everything and worrying about everything and what her relationship meant with Yano-Kun and reasons why they should date, eventually she was like, you know what, I gotta stop overthinking things, just enjoy the moment. And so, she did.
Overthink everything.
But there were several choice little tidbits that I hope that you guys caught on to, and if not, anything about this episode, especially Butterfly. I think you watched it with us, so
Yep, I did. It's I would expect his reflexes to be a bit better. Getting injured so often, like, can you not anticipate something's going to happen? Two, he really needs to get his eyes checked, because I think that is one of his biggest issues, is he can't see anything.
Yeah, and
Well, considering one eye is covered, I think he has some depth perception issues.
yes, that was something that we were talking about. Like, he needs both eyes. I think that perpetually covered eye is doing him no favors. Also, Crusher, I think, asked, because Crusher was the first time he watched this series, period. Like, we just dumped him in the middle of it. And so he was like, does he have no eye? Yes, I don't think it's been mentioned, but we just assume that he does have an eye, but it's, just always hurt or something. We don't know. Maybe he has, no eye, maybe. I don't know. We don't know yet. It's a mystery now.
Maybe he's just a big Chinuburo in secret.
Yeah, except that he's so wholesome. He's not like trying to play the dark, edgy kind of student. He's just trying to live his life. So the point of this one, for those that aren't watching, is he's such a klutz that a lot of things in his life he's not been able to do. And so, like, these are all the first things for him. And so the whole point is Kyoko, the girl our protagonist, she likes him, and she also wants him to experience, a normal high school life. But man, the road to doing all these normal activities is paved with lots of accidents and blood. Though I was surprised that he is athletic. He's the athletic type. He was able to do the high bar better than anybody else. That was impressive. Good to see. My favorite moment from this episode, though, has to be when she asks romantic advice from an elementary schooler. So her little sister invited her little friend over to the house, and so since Kyoko's sister said she is, her friend is like Miyu-chan, is like this love master. She knows everything about love and romance. So Kyoko, this high schooler, asks this elementary school kid about, messaging online. How should she do it? Is it okay if she does it? Would she be annoying? Now, and then this little girl, full of wisdom, not because she's dated, because of course she hasn't, she's an elementary school kid, but she has read so much manga. She is full of wisdom, to the point that at the end, Kyoko calls her Shisho. That was super cute. Also, a little point, if you guys didn't connect the dots, Miyu is actually Hashiba's little sister. So if you remember from the last episode where Hashiba is buying some shoujo manga in the convenience store, that's his little sister. It's just a small world, you guys. All right. So other than that, it's a pretty fun show. Now that they're dating, I could tell there would be some rough patches here and there, but they seem to have straightened out, and now they're dating, and hopefully they they can continue on doing things without her freaking out about things so often. By the way, Pressure points out if you want the complete opposite of this anime, the complete opposite of this anime, watch Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto? Yeah, so I think you're the one that mentioned it last night too, right? Thank you for pointing it out. And it's on my to check out list. And here have a whole bunch of hearts. Thank you so much for supporting via Super Chat. Alright, so that's it. Anything else about this one that you want to point out? Alright, let's then go into Plus Size Misadventures. And this one is a mystery / romance / slice of life, but this episode really focused a lot on, trying to figure out circumstances behind Yumiko's accident, catch us up to speed. So she was out on, a stalking trip. she was following a certain someone that she likes, and she got into an accident. She was really depressed and really sad, but she also has a stalker of her own. It's the detective Minami, who is, handling her case. So when she was in trouble, he helped her out, stepped in, and took her home. And this episode, he meets the mom, and there was something off about that mom. Anybody here watching it remember what were your first impressions about Yumiko's mom?
Well, she seems to be very, very blatant about her daughter's appearance and how the mirrors aren't the best thing, and it was really sad to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Minami points out, after he sees how they interact, how Yumiko and her mom get along, he's actually upset on Yumiko's behalf. He's like, okay, lady, your daughter just came in looking like she got in trouble, like her clothes are battered and torn, and all you can think about are how bothersome this is. What will the neighbors say? You don't care about her wellness, her safety. You only care about your reputation. So he calls her out on that. And I was like, good for you. I don't like Minami because he's been a jerk. I don't like him. But it was good that somebody called her out, because Yumiko, she's just like, well, she's my mom. What can I do? So that was nice to see.
Something I was thinking is, with the way she's acting, I wouldn't be surprised if she had a hand in the her being hurt at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, yeah.
So,
or at least inflicting unnecessary mental distress leading up to that event, I think. One pretty important part about this episode is that Minami tells her, you should probably go and see the site. You should go and see where the whole thing happened. Maybe that will help you regain your memories. And so they go visit the crime scene. And she doesn't remember much, but she does get every so often these mental glimpses of what happened, just little teases, just flashes of the past. So we don't know exactly what happened. We just know that there was 3 people during that time. The police were able to see that there was a struggle, and that she was holding on. He was like, it makes no sense that you supposedly want to commit, to harm yourself, commit suicide, but you were struggling and you were holding on for dear life before you fell. So how does that work out, right? So she really wants to get to the bottom of it, because her driving factor is the guy that she likes, the vice president, her friend. More than because he's the guy that she likes, it's because he's her friend. She doesn't want him to be suspected. She wants to clear his name. But he's like, you can't push yourself too much, because she was really in some major distress. So at least we see that Minami is, he's a jerk, but he's not, like total irredeemable bad person. He does kind of like, doesn't quite apologize, but he does say like, okay, I kind of take back what I said before. I thought that you were pretending to be amnesiac. I thought that you were, just playing around, not taking this, but he's like, okay, I get it. Like, yeah. So that was good to see, because when he said some mean things to her, like in the previous episodes, I was like, what a jerk face. But yeah, he thought that she was just being delusional, like on purpose. Like she was just trying to hinder the investigation. And the third thing that happens is she bumps into several people. Do you remember who these people were that from her past?
Someone from school.
Mm-hmm. And there was also the old lady.
Grandma.
Mm-hmm. There was
The grandma.
Yeah, the
Nice grandma.
Mm-hmm. So all this time she has been, she knows that she has to confront her past. And for a while she was afraid, because she was like, everything is bad. But ultimately through this episode she sees that, maybe things were bad, but not everything was bad. Like there were people who liked her, like who thought she was a nice person, and maybe she didn't have any friends in the past, but it wasn't because they hated her, it was just because she was not very approachable. And so at least she's able to have a little bit more peace about the person she was in the past, because up until now she's been mostly a tragic figure. And it feels really bad for her. I feel really bad for her, for the past self that she was. Ooh, Crusher in the chat says, I love me a good mystery anime. It's even better because the characters in this one are really memorable. Pun intended. Yeah, I was actually glad, Crusher, that you watched it with us. It's memorable, and it's also pretty funny. So hopefully you guys can check it out if you haven't. I think were you gonna say something earlier? Butterfly Kihana?
No.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Oh, was that you?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
I was just going to say that in regards to Minami, rather jerkish shoot, he is really growing on me, and he would be my P for this episode.
Yeah.
Not only is his dynamic with Yumeko very funny, especially when Yumeko thought best, but he really calls people's shit on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like he brings reality to their faces. Just as how he told Yumiko to her face that she's not beautiful during that first day. He also said it to her mom's face, that kind of mom are you? Instead of worrying for your daughter who came home all rugged, dirty, your reputation with your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Oh gosh.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Kihana, I wish I could hear. We got the gist of what you said, but you're still kind of cutting off. But yeah, I agree. He and
I was
Yumiko-
afraid that was just me.
No.
No.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that. He does also grow on you. He's probably still gonna remain kind of gruff and curt. But honestly, it goes like, you don't want a detective that's just going to be tiptoeing around issues. You want somebody who's direct and to the point. And now that he knows that she's not being purposely trying to get in the way of the investigation, then hopefully he gets better and better. I like Trush Mech's comment, says, God gave us families, so we learn how to get along with people we don't choose as friends. Oh, well, yeah, in part, but hopefully, for most of us, we have more positive relationships with our families than negatives. Because yeah, I agree. Sometimes it can be difficult, and they can, drive us out of our minds. But I also hope.
I just remembered.
Mhm.
I just remembered. There's another thing that I liked about Minami in this episode. Is that he acknowledging his mistake in the past, saying sorry to Himiko, but he also told, is the voice okay, or is it still
It's flipping.
Yeah, you're still breaking up real bad.
Yeah. So P. Fletcher says the mic again is too loud. It's clipping. So try to maybe bring the mic a little bit further away. Maybe that will help.
Earphones. It's a Bluetooth earphone.
Oh, I see.
How do we do this then?
Maybe
So is it really breaking out?
yeah, it is. I have to kind of wonder, I think she said this. I think.
Just trying to piece it all together.
Yeah, I mean, I get the gist, but
If voice activation is the issue, push to talk will resolve it. But if it's a connection that's not able to transmit that quality sound, then there's nothing to do with that I know about.
yeah.
Okay. Let me try logging out, then coming back in.
Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hope this all works out. But yeah, on the topic of this mystery, so we still don't know anything about what are the motives behind her accident, but I think that we're getting closer and closer to finding out. So in the previous one, we heard a little bit more about the relationship between.
Hi, I'm back. Hopefully this is better.
Okay, we'll only know if you try. All right,
Okay.
Minami, take 3, go.
Say that other than him apologizing and all that, also like
Nope.
Oh,
like
Sorry.
he
Sorry, Akihana.
They're
It's
not?
still really
No.
bad.
it's breaking up pretty bad. Do you want to type it in the chat and I can read it out for you?
yeah, I think I'll type it instead.
Okay, put it on the YouTube chat because that's the one I have in front of me. If you're able to. Yeah, so we have her friend, the vice president. We have the chief, and the wife. Those are the 3 people that are who knows what's going on. But also in the previous one, I think it was in the previous episode, the president of the company is also involved somehow, because when the vice president met with the wife of the other guy, he was like, your dad said we could only meet at the hotel. So I'm like, yo, okay. I have no idea what's going on. It sounds very sordid, so I don't know. Turn the record volume down. Loud to me, but clipping. The music, you mean? My levels are fine though. Alright, so Crusher says, my favorite part of this episode was when she was running and sweating. Work off them calories, you can do it. Oh gosh. I also okay, it's so kind of random, but I also like her some of her fits are really nice. I like them. just putting it. She has a nice sense of fashion in this episode. So yeah, I like them. All right. Also, Kihana says, I was gonna say that in addition to Minami apologizing and acknowledging his mistake, I also really like how he asked Yumiko for confirmation if she's sure she wants to recall the past. Oh yes, yeah. So surprisingly thoughtful of Minami to like put her emotional well-being as like prioritize it. That really surprised me too. Because doing so might hurt her in the process, since her forgetting might have been her body's defensive mechanism. Exactly. But then she also counteracts saying, you know what? Like when I first met, after waking up, when I first met my boss, my body immediately like had like this instinctual like response, like her hands got sweaty as in like anxiety, fear, nervousness. She's like, but now I know that it was okay, like because I no longer have that response. So she's like, yeah, well, I can probably work through it. So yeah, for her sake, I hope she finds answers. All right, so that takes the end. That's the end of this episode. It's been fun. I'm gonna continue to cover it, of course, so please continue to watch it. It's a fun one. Hope you guys check it out. All right, the final one, and that is that was a very interesting one, and I don't think anybody here in this chat, in the voice chat, watched it because it just released like a few hours ago. This one is This Monster Wants to Eat Me. It continues to really, I don't know, it has really interesting twists. For those of you who aren't watching this one, basically a girl, and again it has some mentions of suicide ideation, so just a little heads up. So yeah, just content warning.
You said the thing. You're demonetized now.
Well, yeah. Oh well. So basically, she has basically made a pact. Take care. Goodbye. She has basically made a deal with this mermaid, the creature, that this mermaid creature can eat her, you know. And she's like, fine, I'm cool with it. But she also has to balance that with her other friend, who is doing everything she can to take care of her. And so, in this episode, we have her confront her past a little bit more in depth. While they were on the beach, sudden rain came, and also some strange kind of creatures came up out of the sea. We didn't see them, but we just saw their hands. And Shiori explained that they were basically the souls of people who died in the sea, who have been, who are not at peace, who are stuck between, the afterlife and, the tragedy of this life. And so that makes Hinako, that makes her, pause, because her family, they all died at sea. Like basically their car caught fire and then the car went into the sea. She's the only one that survived. So that kind of makes her pause. And oddly enough, she said she wished that she could have seen them, even though they would have been those monsters and creatures that were out at sea. Also, because there was rain, she gets wet, and Shiori was like, oh, you should take that off because you're gonna get sick. And unfortunately, by accident, she sees Hinako's scars, and Hinako is worried. She's like, does it disgust you? And Shiori says, no, I would not be disgusted by that. And Hinako's like, has that made you lose your appetite for me? And then she was like, no, because who you are, is more important to me. Like the vessel doesn't really matter to me. It's such an interesting take on on relationships, because we know that it's not just about a monster and wanting to eat a person. It's it's highly symbolic. Have has been really interesting to see how this anime keeps, taking the story forward, and also, presenting these dilemmas that people during grief and who are maybe in this particular situation have to deal with. Things get even more complicated when Miko, that is Hinako's friend, the other, the fox, the nine-tailed fox, she's like, we're doing a training camp, and we need help. Can you come and help us in this training camp? And so Hinako agrees, especially because the three of them, Miko, Hinako, and Shiori, are gonna go to the camp. So she goes. And then there they meet somebody that kind of gives Shiori bad vibes. It's a part-timer called Ayame Chiba. And this person is kind of like sweet, like very like soft-spoken, very, very ladylike, but she reminds Hinako of her mom. And also Shiori is on high alert because she's like, there's something about her smell that changes when Hinako is around. Shiori left Hinako, like at the end of the episode, left her alone, because Hinako wants to be friends with her in the same way that she and Miko are friends, but Shiori immediately said, no, there's zero way. No way can we be friends. Sorry. And I get it, because that would complicate matters. It's like if she sees something that she's going to eventually eat, she starts having like an emotional connection, that's gonna complicate issues, right? Turoshmak says, didn't she eat like half her tails? Yeah, so she has 4 now. Miko has now 4. She no longer has 9. So yeah, she's down to half. Yeah, so, and yeah, apparently she already says I don't have conversations with her food. Yeah. Prefer my food non-sentient. I don't want to have a discussion with my entree. Yeah, so it's like if I were to have a pet chicken, I would never ever want to eat it. In fact, I remember a story of one of my cousins. He had a rooster. I forget what the rooster's. I think his name was Caesar. He had a name, and Caesar liked to play soccer. So they would go to the park, and Caesar was one of the players. He would chase after the ball. And then one day, my cousin's grandma went to the house, and when he got back, they served Caesar for dinner that day because his grandma had, gotten rid of him, and that was traumatizing for him. So yeah, you don't form emotional connection with your food. All right.
You give it names that say this is going to be eaten.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh man. So that basically covers it. There is a mystery around this other person, this part-timer. Shiori left, and Miko is not around, and so we don't know. She wanted to talk to Hinako, and Hinako is, of course, I think, gonna have her defenses down because this person reminds her a lot of her mom. So we'll see what happens on the next episode. All right, everybody. So that takes care of
next episode.
Yeah, on the next episode. That takes care of all of the animes that I plan to talk about for this one. Whether you watched any of these or not, let me know, gang here. Which episode or which series really got you interested, or like you want to share or talk about? Now is the time.
Are we talking about
Yeah.
anime that wasn't featured?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's a certain anime. My dad's a hero, my mom's a spirit, and I'm a reincarnator. Has a lot more charm than I expected it to have.
You're up to date on it. I put it on pause after episode 4.
I watched up to current while I was flying out to where I am now.
Okay, so it picks back up after episode 4 a little bit.
Depends on what you mean by picks up, but I mean,
it was interesting at first, but then it started to be just generic, and it lost a little bit my interest. I was wondering if the interest is picking back up a little bit, the intrigue, you know.
I mean, they're leaning into the intrigue, but a lot of people will probably be bored by it because, well, politics done in a certain way can kind of be boring.
Mm-hmm. Me and my recommendation is One Last Boss. A wild last boss suddenly appears. Is peeking back up. We so far I'm up to episode 6. We've been getting little hints of a little something that was different. I mean, the initial premise is like interesting and fun, but then we're getting little drops and drops and drops, and the main character is starting to realize, oh, those little drops might be pointing to something else, which is he's gonna have to get to the bottom to, which is getting interesting. It's not exactly what you think it is at first. So I would recommend people give it up, give it a good try. It's a nice twist on the isekai genre, I think.
Of course, there's also assassin status is higher than the heroes.
Yeah, episode 4 was a letdown. Episode 4 and 5 are picking back up on the intrigue. I'm curious to see where episode 7 is going to go and build up the current arc right now. So that's still going on. I mean, it lost some points on episode 4 which was quite bad, quite trashy.
I mean, I'm glad that instead of waiting until later in the series, this protagonist actually has to struggle sooner in the story.
Yeah, I mean,
what we're used to in isekai.
In the end of episode 6, which I just finished this current, it's like the episode ends with the protagonist in the thought monologue. It's like, how the hell do I deal with this situation? You know, he's like, oh boy. So we'll see what happens in Novel 7, because that's interesting. Having the protagonist being like, I'm not sure if I can win this. I'm not sure what's the right move here. You know, it's
I mean,
like,
he barely won against the third ranked demon, and now he's got a second. It's like, holy cow!
yeah. It's like, what's the move here this time around? You know, which is interesting. It's not a power fantasy. Yes, he's strong. He can do a lot of stuff, but it's not a power fantasy. It's like, oh, I have limits too. You know, which is interesting.
Are any of you guys watching? Sorry, are any of you guys watching Last Boss? And if
Yes.
you could sit a person down and say, "This is why you should watch it," what would you say?
It's I would say watch it, because it looks like a little bit of a generic isekai, like maybe Overlords. It's like the general premise is like you get reincarnated into a world which is like your game world, but we're getting little hints and pieces that the world that he reincarnated is not the game world. Which is I'm selling some of the plot that's been working its way in through 1 through 6 by saying that, and it's just a little bit different. It's a different variation that just keeps nibbling at you in intrigue, and you're getting little hints and little seeds being planting all the time. And it's like and you can pick up on some of the scenes. There's something going on, but the main character is also picking up on the scenes. It's not like, oh, I got transferred to this world and I got an explanation from a goddess, or I got a stats page that explains everything to me. No, he's going back in that world, and he's supposed to know that world, and he has like a basic general idea of the history of the world from what he played the game. But the more he's like in there, the more he realizes that maybe what I know is not so accurate after all, you know?
Yeah, that's something that I've definitely enjoyed about isekai, like Bookworm or what you're talking about, where yeah, the game system for isekai kind of gets boring, but with Bookworm, there's no game system, so you're not leveling up and gaining strength that way, and even with Assassin, just leveling up isn't enough. You have to actually do some work.
Yeah, and actually, last boss is like that. It's like, yeah, there's a game system which we see a little bit at the start of it because he looks in the stats, but outside of that, the game system stats doesn't come into play. It was just like, oh, I can look into it, and oh yeah, I still have my stats, I still have my HP, but when you're in the story, it's like you don't see the stat screens and the HP and all that stuff anymore. It was just like mentioned at first. It's like, okay, that stuff exists, but it's kind of like a little bit irrelevant. But it still matters, but it's also irrelevant. And it's the discovery of the world. You know, he's like, at first he thinks that, oh, maybe this is the world that I was in, but it's like, oh, wait, I'm finding out maybe it's not the world I think it is, you know? So he has to discover, just like Bookworm, just like some other guys where you're dropped in. He's not fed information. He doesn't have a magic fountain of knowledge, per se. He has to go out there and it's like piece the pieces together and find out, and he's like, what's really going on here?
In the chat, it looks like P. Fletcher is definitely in agreement with you, Ed.
P. Fletcher says, if you ever miss playing an MMO, what is an MMO? Wild Last Boss scratches that nostalgia itch. Oh, okay. It says
massive multiplayer online.
Yeah. So, and then Trish Max says, I got all of that out of my system after WoW Legion. That's 7 years. I'll never get back. Wow. So, it's good to see that for people that are like gaming, that they would find this, you know, appealing. And I also like the fact that it sounds like something that, even if you're not a gamer, because you guys know I'm not a gamer, but it sounds like it has an interesting premise. So seeing that, it's always good, because I gotta say, like, when it's like, oh, I got these games and these cheats, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, but you're kind of like cheating, right? I want a story that I can believe that you have troubles and that I can be invested in your troubles. Because if you're just gonna fall back and whatever, then that's not as fun for me anyway. So yeah, I'll be checking out Last Boss because I've been meaning to, I just haven't had time. Maybe we can talk about that next week. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. I might not catch up, but I'll definitely talk about it next week. All right, you guys, it is time to end today. And thank you guys for sharing your impressions about the anime that you've been watching. I had fun today. Glad that you were able to hop aboard, that the internet was, you know, behaving today, Patrick, and you're joining us. And Ed, also, thanks for, you know, your enthusiasm. You were the very first one on the voice chat, so glad to see you too. And thank you to Crusher, who today was supported via super chat, and also Patrick, who gifted 5 memberships to the Chattering Magpie. Yay! Your support, you guys, means so much. Continue to like and comment. Those are always really appreciated. They push these
support your magpie. Come and join us in subscribing to her.
Yeah.
Please join us as noble tier levels so you can actually join us in the Discord.
And then you can watch some more anime with us. All right, you guys. We will see you. If you are following us, we will be reading tomorrow, doing a little read along tomorrow. 1 p.m. Pacific, or if not, we will see you again next week at the same time as today. Thank you for joining me, gang. We will see you next time. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.